What causes autoimmune diseases? You'd be surprised to know that there are tons of things in the environment that may be the cause of autoimmune diseases. The good thing is, if you know what these are, you can avoid them. Autoimmune diseases are diseases that result when the tissues are damaged by the body's own immune system. Normally, the body recognizes our tissues as its own and therefore does not attack them. This is called immune tolerance. In autoimmune diseases, this tolerance is lost and the immune system attacks and destroys our own tissues. Immune system damage to the tissues causes diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, PBC, systemic sclerosis, multiple sclerosis. Autoimmune diseases may have both genetic and environmental causes. Scientists believe that environmental factors may be more important in the triggering of autoimmune diseases. And just as multiple genetic factors may play a role in the development of autoimmune diseases, so too multiple environmental factors may act simultaneously to trigger autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune diseases may result from damage to the tissues causing the release of autoantigens, which then sensitize the immune system and trigger an autoimmune response. Such damage to the tissues can result from environmental insults such as UV radiation. In fact, it is a well known fact that exposure to sunlight and UV radiation can trigger the onset of SLE, lupus, or it can trigger the onset of lupus flares in patients with lupus. Underlying this process is the presence of DAMPs, or damage-associated molecular patterns, which is the debris from cells that are destroyed in the body that stimulates the immune system and triggers an immune reaction. The immune system can then go wild, attacking our own healthy tissues. Autoimmune diseases have long been associated with infectious processes. For example, parvovirus B19 has been associated with rheumatoid arthritis. Multiple studies have confirmed the presence of parvovirus B19 proteins in the lining of the joints of patients with rheumatoid arthritis. In one study, 75% of patients with rheumatoid arthritis were found to have parvovirus B19 in the lining of their joints compared to persons with other types of arthritis. An association has also been found between multiple sclerosis and infection with chlamydia pneumoniae, Epstein-Barr virus, and human herpes virus 6 infections. And just as the immune system can be triggered by DAMPs from damaged cells, so too the immune system can be triggered by PAMPs, or pathogen-associated molecular patterns, which are the proteins in viruses and bacteria that infect our bodies, triggering an immune response in the body. Infectious agents such as bacteria and viruses may also trigger autoimmune diseases through a process known as molecular mimicry, in which the structures and antigens found on these agents are so similar to the proteins in our body that when the immune system destroys them, it also mistakenly destroys our own tissues. Environmental exposure to toxins that seep into the tissues and that trigger a response from the immune system, or that bind to proteins in the body, modifying them and causing them to now be recognized as foreign by the immune system, can also trigger the immune system and lead to chronic activation and autoimmune disease. One of the strongest exposures that is linked to autoimmune disease today is exposure to cigarette smoke, which has been shown to be linked to rheumatoid arthritis, SLE or lupus, primary biliary cirrhosis, and autoimmune thyroid disease. It is also a well-known fact that persons with Graves' disease who also have TED or thyroid eye disease experience a worsening of their eye disease with smoking. Other types of exposure that have been linked to autoimmune disease include exposures to chemicals and organic solvents used in popular cosmetic products and agricultural products. SLE or lupus has been linked to the use of lipsticks and hair dyes, and certain herbicides have been associated with SLE as well. Scientists are also investigating the role of the microbiota, the bacteria that live in our bowel, in the etiology of autoimmune disease. The microbiota play an important role in many bodily functions, one of which is the training of the immune system. This is an important function as witnessed by the development of immune deficiency in sterile, germ-free mice. The microbiota is also important in the suppression of the immune system through the production of short-chain fatty acids such as acetate and propionate and butyrate. A deficiency of vitamin D may also play a role in the etiology of autoimmune diseases. And this may explain the fact that autoimmune diseases, including type 1 diabetes and multiple sclerosis, increase in frequency the further away we move from the equator. Vitamin D plays a suppressive role in the modulation of the immune response. And why are 75% of patients with autoimmune diseases of the female sex? We believe it is due to the hormones prolactin and estrogen in the female body. Estrogen can enhance B cell responses, and B cells play a central role in the autoimmune disease process. This may explain the worsening of lupus during pregnancy and the association of hormone replacement therapy with the onset of SLE lupus. We should keep all of this in mind, as this may well prevent the development of autoimmune diseases in the future. Until the next video, stay healthy and stay safe.